Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, December 6th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A judge has ruled that the controversial sale of 32 Hopi masks can go ahead next week. The Hopi tribe has taken a Paris auction house to court December 3rd to try to block the sale, arguing that they are bitterly opposed to the use as commercial art of sacred masks that represent their ancestor spirits. Pierre Servan-Schreiber, the Hopi's French lawyer, said it is very disappointing, and he said he would explore options including seeking help from UN cultural organization UNESCO. The Kitsanam masks are being put on sale by a private collector on December 9th and 11th, alongside an altar from the Zuni tribe that used to belong to the late Hollywood star Vincent Price, and other Native American frescoes and dolls. The tribe has said it believes the masks, which date back to the late 19th and early 20th century, were taken from a northern Arizona reservation in the early 20th century. In April, a Paris court ruled that such sales are legal, and the auction house sold off around 70 Hopi masks for $1.2 million, despite vocal protests and criticism from actor Robert Redford and the U.S. government. The creation of a National Native American Veterans Memorial moved closer to reality December 4th, with the House Natural Resources Committee's approval of enabling legislation. The measure, sponsored by Representative Mark Wayne Mullen of Oklahoma, now goes to the full House of Representatives for consideration. A Native American Veterans Memorial was authorized in 1994 as part of the National Museum of the American Indian. Mullen's bill allows the memorial to be erected outside rather than inside the museum as specified in the 1994 Act. An outdoor memorial is considered more feasible. 2 eagle feather headdresses have been returned to the Menominee Tribe of Wisconsin after being discovered in storage at the Athens County Historical Society and Museum in Ohio. The headdresses were part of a large collection of Native American and natural history items that had been donated to the Athens Museum in 1999. William Sprague donated the collection, which belonged to his grandfather, Dr. Warren Sprague of Chansey, Ohio. In addition to the headdresses, the collection of more than 4,000 items included stone tools, moccasins, and 1 bandolier bag. The headdresses, moccasin, and bag came with documents that suggested they had been bought in the 1920s from regional Oshkosh, a Menominee chief. Society Director Ron Luce said society officials contacted the Menominee Tribe's Historic Preservation Officer and provided him with information and photographs. The officer confirmed that the headdresses, moccasins, and bandolier bag belonged to the tribe. The pieces are now in the hands of the Menominee Cultural Museum in Keshena, Wisconsin. A generous gift from the Chickasaw Nation to the University of Oklahoma's Law School has created the nation's first American Indian Law Scholar Endowed Chair. Dean of the University of Oklahoma's Law School, Joe Haraz, sees this gift from the Chickasaws as proof that his program is headed in the right direction. Haraz says that there are a number of law schools across the country that would like to be leaders in Native American law. I'm very proud of what's happening here at OU because I believe that we are the national leader, and hopefully this gift speaks to that, he said. They have 2 full-time scholars that are dedicated American Indian law scholars, and this gift from the Chickasaw Nation is a gift that firmly establishes them with that because it's the first gift of its kind in the country to establish a permanent dedicated endowed chair in Native American law at a law school. The search for the right person to fill the chair will begin soon. There was a record of 3 Native American floats in the 87th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year. Returning for the 5th year in a row, the Oneida Nation float, called the True Spirit of Thanksgiving, shared the parade route with the Native Pride dancers from St. Paul, Minnesota, and the Cherokee Youth Choir from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Native American rap artist Superman from the Crow Nation joined 10 other Native Pride dancers who took to the streets of New York City and performed for an audience of 53 million people. They fancy danced to a contemporary produced track by Superman. Aside from dancing, Superman travels throughout the country as a motivational speaker, musical performer, and comedian. His goal is to promote sobriety, hope, health, and culture to indigenous communities. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Nave News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.